Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you some of the arm wrestling tools I have made for the purpose of selling or to put on the sale. So while I was making these arm wrestling tools for myself, I have posted some of the making videos in the Instagram stories. So some of my friends and my other arm wrestling mates have connected me to make some tools for them. So that's why I thought about making these tools in bulk and put it on sale for people who need it. So it was not my intention to make good profit out of it, like building a brand like other arm wrestling brands out there. So because of that, I have tried my best to make these products perfect. And please don't compare it to other existing arm wrestling shops out there. And these are going to be my first batch of products, which comes in 3 segments. So the first segment is going to be the base segment, then the mid segment, then the top segment. So in the first segment, there are going to be some varieties of multi spinners and wrist wrenches, like you can see here, which comes in PVC pipe and iron pipe. So in PVC and iron pipe, the diameter is going to be 1.8 inch, 1.5 inch, 1.8 inch, and 2-inch diameter PVC pipe and iron pipes. So when you look at the wrist wrench, it's going to be this classic V-shaped wrist wrench, which is very convenient to use and very lightweight. And also I have made these kind of wrist wrenches, which comes in this rope material, and it's very durable and it can hold up to like more than 50 kgs, and I have tried it. So likewise, I have made some multi spinners in these sizes, and that's all about this base segment. Which so the rates are going to be around like 100 to 200, and I will post a detailed description post in my Instagram stories too to find out more about these particular products. So my suggestion to people who are going to buy these basic tools is going to be that if you are just starting out in arm wrestling, and if you don't like multi spinners or wrist wrench, and for the sake of having a wrist wrench or a multi spinner, then you can look onto this segment, that it can literally serve the purpose, and you can use it as a primary or even secondary equipment in your arm wrestling inventory. So that's all about the first segment. So before going into the second segment, I have to talk about the grip tape I have used in these arm wrestling tools. So this grip tape is also a reason why I have made all of these tools, because this is going to be that unique element which gives way more grip than you actually need. So I have applied this grip tape on all of my arm wrestling tools, as you can see in the background that I have made, and I have applied this grip tape to almost all the arm wrestling tools I have. So the purpose of this grip tape is going to be that it gives way more grip than you actually need. So that's the actual purpose. So it also comes with a small negative side, which is going to be that you can see the straps I have used here. So when you train with heavy weights, the straps and the grip tapes, in between the straps and the grip tapes, there's going to be very high friction. So over time, I think the straps will wear out, and it will create like small strands of threads that you can see. And in order to fix that strands, you just need a lighter, and you just need to apply or light it. You just need to light that strands, and it will go away. So that's the only negative side I have seen in the grip tape I have used. And if you don't like the grip tape, you can just literally remove it and use it. And if you think the grip is too much, then after like using it for like 1 month consistently, most of the grip will wear out, and it will create a perfect condition for you to work out. I will for example, if you look at the grip tape over here, it is very perfectly conditioned that it is way less rougher than these new grip tapes I have just applied. So that's all about the grip tape. So coming to the mid segment, so there's going to be only one product I have made and I have placed in this segment, which is going to be this hybrid version of a wrist wrench and a multi spinner like this. And I have named it multi wrench. It only comes in 1.8 inch diameter, and it also comes in only iron pipe. And it comes in 2 types of grip material. So this yellow and black one is going to be less rougher than this black one. So the black one is going to have the most roughest grip. And this tool is going to cost you around 350 rupees. So this is for the people who want both function of a wrist wrench and a multi spinner in one tool, which you can train a lot of variations with this only tool. Which you can use it like a wrist wrench like this, then you can use it like a multi spinner like this. But when you use it like a multi spinner, just put this strap over the pipe and pipe like this. So when you use it like a multi spinner, it won't. So the other strap won't get around when you loop the other strap in your hand. So that's all about the mid segment, which is going to be this multi wrench, which will cost you around 350 rupees. Okay, so coming on to the top segment. In top segment, I have just only one product, which is going to be the best product in my whole segment. So which is going to be this type of wrist wrench, which the design is actually inspired from Titan grips. So I have named this wrist wrench as Titan wrench, and this tool is the actual reason why I have made all of these wrist wrenches and multi spinners. Because after I have made this tool, some of my arm wrestling friends have actually used it and asked me to make these tools for them, or this particular wrist wrench for them. That's the reason why I have made all of these wrist wrench. So coming to the characteristics of or features of this wrist wrench, apart from the classic V-shaped wrist wrench, this comes in like a rectangular frame or a rectangular model, which the pipe comes in 1.8-inch diameter iron pipe, and so the strap is going to be a wide 2-inch strap. I think that is a unique element which makes this the best arm wrestling tools I have. Even I have like more than 5 or 6 wrist wrench and multi spinners. So out of all of these tools, uh, this model of wrist wrench is my favorite among all of these. So when you take this model, it comes in 2-inch wide seat belt strap, and the pipe is and I have applied this grip tape. So the combo will give that maximum stability that you can expect from a wrist wrench. This one I have bought from another arm wrestler. So the issue with this narrow strap is that it will always get twisted. So you have to correct it before doing the workout, and it will give very less stability when compared to this wide straps. So I think that is the core advantage of having this wrist wrench among all the wrist wrench I have, because of the width of that strap, which will give maximum stability that you can expect from a wrist wrench. And and with the help of grip tape, it won't slip out when you change the course of direction when you cup. And the only negative side I have mentioned before is that the grip tape is very rough, like a sandpaper. So when you do heavy loads on this wrist wrench, it will create that heavy friction in between the strap and the grip tape. And like I have said, so when you see those strands, you just need to use the lighter and you can fix it instantly. So that's all about the products I have for now. And so in coming days, I will make another batch of this and the hybrid version of first range. Then I will make a smelling salt, which I have the raw materials right now. And maybe I will make this old school finger containment tool, which is actually very good. And I'm planning to make 5 of these finger containment tools. And I think that's all for now. And that's all about this video.